Something coming up here in a few weeks you need to mark your calendar for, and this is the third annual Ride to Remember. It'll be taking place at Mountain Creek Harley-Davidson down in Dalton. Joining us now, a couple of ladies to talk about that. Tyra Stills. Tyra's the event organizer. Hi, Tyra.
Thank you for having us
And
today.
you have brought with you Miss Andrea Sharp. Andrea or Andrea?
Andrea.
Andrea, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Third annual Ride to Remember. This is a cause that's very close to your heart.
Yes, it is.
Tell me about it.
My father was getting sick in 2015, and we kept going to the doctor. At one point, he was diagnosed with multiple myeloma cancer, and we'd been going to chemo for several months. But December of 15, I took him to the hospital for the last time, and we found out maybe a week later that he did not have cancer. He had a disease called Lewy body dementia.
Pretty big discrepancy.
Yes, very much so. There's no cure for it. So by the time he got diagnosed, he was actively dying.
And this wasn't long after Robin Williams passed away from Lewy body dementia, was it?
No, and that's one reason how I knew, well, I thought he had it because I had seen his wife on Good Morning America talking about it.
Right.
And I mentioned it several times to several of his doctors, and they said, no, that's not what he had. But we have unfortunately found out in December 15 that he had the Lewy body, which is high protein that forms on the brain regions that basically takes your motor skills. You can't speak. You have the ability of not being able to stand up and walk. You will eventually lose your ability to walk. You're bedridden. You end up with your throat closing to where you can't swallow, and you eventually die from the disease. And
I'm sorry for your loss on this. Very sorry. I know several people who have passed away from this. But you guys have come up with a really cool thing and a really cool way to honor your dad and those others who suffer from Alzheimer's and Lewy body dementia. And part of that is this quilt. This is absolutely beautiful. This is heavy.
Thank you.
Can you help me lift up a corner of this? Just to show you, give you an idea. This thing's a monster quilt too, by the way. How big is this?
It is a king-size quilt that my mother and I made.
You and your mother made this?
Yes, we did.
How long did it take?
Couple of months. Every night coming home from work, we worked on it. We actually did a little bit on it last night just to finish the last little bit up.
It's absolutely beautiful. All right, set it down there and let's talk about the ride that's coming up. And you're going to fire this up at Mountain Creek Harley-Davidson down in Dalton, right?
Yes, we are.
How many bikers are you looking for?
I believe last year we had about 200. So we're hoping to add more to that this year. With it being the third, we've actually got the advertisement out, and we want all the donations do go to the Alzheimer's and Lewy body dementia. So any money that we can raise for that, to let the awareness out there that it's not always cancer, it could always be something else.
Sure. What does it cost per bike?
Per bike, it's $15, and that is one rider or two. Again, the proceeds go to the Alzheimer's Foundation.
And there's going to be, I'm assuming, food and lots of entertainment and fun stuff, an incentive for the riders to get out and take part.
Yes, we'll have the food donated by the Oyster Pub out of Dalton, Georgia.
Right.
The band is going to be Thunderbolt Patterson, and the kickstands are up at 11:30. Once they make it back is when all the good, fun stuff that will happen will be afterwards.
If you or anyone you know has ever suffered from this, and most of us do, make sure and take part in one way or another. You can find out more by contacting Mountain Creek Harley-Davidson or go to the website mountaincreekharley.com. Ladies, thank you so much. We thank you for joining us as well. Stick around, more of Let's Chat right after this.